Hi, Sharks. I'm Maria Shriver, and this is my incredible son.
And hi, Sharks. I'm Patrick Schwarzenegger, and obviously this is my amazing mother, but she's also my business partner in our new venture, Mosh.
Patrick, what's Mosh?
That's a great question. Mosh is a protein bar, but made specifically for your brain.
Okay, Smarty Pants, what's in Mosh?
Well, we are loaded with 12 to 13 grams of protein. And we have ingredients that support a healthy brain, like omega-3s, vitamin B12, vitamin D3, functional mushrooms like lion's mane, ashwagandha. We're non-GMO, gluten-free, high in fiber, and so much more.
We are delicious, nutritious, and best of all, we are a mission-driven company. We give back to Alzheimer's research, which is a cause near and dear to both of us. My dad, who you can see over here, Sergeant Shriver, was diagnosed with Alzheimer's back in 2003. He passed away in 2011, but ever since he was diagnosed, I have been working day in and day out trying to find a cure for Alzheimer's, which impacts millions and millions of people. So what do we want from these sharks?
Well, we want them to start thinking about their brain and their body, but also we're searching for $500,000 for a 2% stake in our business.
We think that's a great deal. Woohoo! They said woohoo! I think that's a good sign. We want them to invest in their brain health. We want them to help us make Mosh a household name. And most of all, we want them to jump into our Mosh pit today.
We are back. We are back. We are back. It seems like this is the season finale of the Shark Tank reaction videos. What season is this? Season 20, I think it is. I am your host, Dave, and this should be an interesting one. What do you guys think? The $25 million valuation, $500,000 for 2%. They better have crazy amount of sales on this one, which I'm pretty sure the Sharks and Kevin will definitely get off into. Now, this is interesting, man, because if you can't tell in the background, I have my collegiate jersey. I played football at Michigan State University, and I have had my fair share of head injuries from back in the day, and I always think of how that will affect me going forward and really trying to do everything I can do now to kind of combat that. So we're just talking about Alzheimer's. These things are like this serious stuff, and kudos to the mom there for, again, because all this stuff is. This is not typically patents per se. However, the fact that she's using a problem that she'd encountered or something that was near dear to her heart as far as her dad getting Alzheimer's and ultimately passing away 8 years later, and creating a business off that to kind of bring awareness to this as well as kind of giving back. That's that's what it's all about, right? Starting a business, trying to create a solution to a problem that you have encountered, whether it's you encounter it personally in your day-to-day life, or you just kind of see it being a big thing and it's essentially needing a solution too. So kudos to the team for this. I'm actually, hey, look, I don't mind. I know we've had a lot of husband and wife partnerships, but I don't mind the mom, son. I know we had, I think at one point, the daughter, mom. So again, these where the family members are kind of creating a business. Hey, I love to see it. I definitely love to see it. I think it seems interesting. Seems like they're saying all the right buzzwords as far as what's in the bars, the nutritional bars that seems like it's specifically designed for your brain, which I haven't seen anything like that before. You have to let me know down in the comment section. Have you had or seen or tried, for that matter, any nutritional bar, energy bar that's designed specifically for your head? I know typically you have energy bars that kind of more a full body bar where there's kind of has some good things or some positive things for your heart, some positive things for your head, some positive things for other parts of the body. But I guess I've never seen anything out there, not saying that, I've kind of looked everywhere, that's a bar it seems like this is specifically for your head, in your brain, and being able to kind of provide the nutrients it needs so that you can kind of grow an old and long life. So that's pretty cool in my opinion. And it seems like the flavors were such that I wouldn't mind trying out, a few bars. So I have to kind of keep an eye on that here in this great state of Michigan where I'm located, to see if I can see some of these bars on the store shelves. Mosh nutritional bar. That's pretty interesting. So let's get back to it. Let's see what the Sharks say about the crazy valuation of the company, and let's see what the IP is associated with this thing. We'll kind of bring up the website and look through that at the end as well. So let's get back to it in the meantime, in between time, and see what these guys have going on.
Good job. What do they have?
We have our lemon white chocolate, which is our top seller, our chocolate chip cookie dough, and our plant-based peanut butter chocolate chip.
The lemon tastes really fresh. And I love that you didn't forget the texture. I'm a big fan of texture and crunch in foods. It's really satisfying,
good.
and you have the freshness and the crunch. This is delicious. This is
And
your best seller?
we started with a protein bar because I'm a protein bar fanatic. I always have one in my bag. And so Patrick kept saying to me, Mommy, invest in what you want. Invest in your
Do you
own
still
bar.
call her mommy?
Yeah, well, yeah, Maria, mommy. Now my
Nothing wrong
business
with that.
partner. Now my business
Nothing wrong with that. I like
Mommy,
it. I
mommy.
Now
like
she's
it.
my boss.
When I got first involved in Alzheimer's research, which was 20 some years ago, nobody believed lifestyle had anything to do with preventing Alzheimer's or any other form of dementia. Now there are some that say up to 50% of all these cases could be prevented due to lifestyle
Yeah,
choices.
I believe that. I
So-
believe it.
And again, that's interesting. So what does that say about us here in the U.S.? The fact that we have so many, I guess, cases of Alzheimer's and some of these other, diseases or things that we see. Is that a combination of saying that our lifestyle as well, a combination of what we're eating and kind of our daily activities is not up to par where it needs to be, so that we can prevent these things going forward? Because I'm like Kevin O'Leary, like the woman who created the company. I do think lifestyle plays a big part of it, and that's why, again, just trying to stay consistent and going to the gym and eating the right things, eating better things, and kind of watching what you put in your body, because there's a lot of crap out there to hopefully be able to and help you live a long, prosperous life, as opposed to you're getting some of these diseases. I'll just say as you kind of enter into the latter stages of your life. I definitely think lifestyle plays a big part of it, and glad that she essentially put the money where her mouth is. That was big.
Well, that's a new school of thought. That's a new school of
Yeah, but
thinking.
I want to hear a little
And-
bit of that, because this is such a new territory. Like you
Yeah.
said,
I
what
agree.
are the significant new things that you have discovered?
Well, one of the things that I'm really proud of that I reported to the nation for the very first time is that Alzheimer's disproportionately impacted women.
Really?
Which is why we fund
Why?
women-based research, and why nobody knows, which is why we're funding research to try to understand what's happening to women, particularly at midlife.
How disproportionate? How many more women than men?
It's two-thirds. Two-thirds are
Wow.
women,
Wow.
and two-thirds of the caregivers in this country and around the world also happen to be women. So this is a huge women's issue. It's a huge care issue. We're trying to promote caring for your brain in the same way you
Like
care for your
numbers
biceps,
looking
your
like-
triceps, your lips, or your thighs.
And that's why we
I'm-
raise money for Alzheimer's research.
That's right.
500,000 for 2%. You're telling me, mommy, this bar is worth $25 million.
That is
It is.
correct. You
And
ate your
it's gonna
bar.
be more, and it's going to be worth
Well,
more.
tell me why, mommy, it's worth that.
Okay, well, we've been around for just about 2 years now. We've done $10 million online
Oh, wow.
in Mosh bars.
25.
10 million
10
online?
million. Yes,
Online?
this year we are going to do over $7 million.
language.
Next year we're doing $11.5 million.
Are you profitable?
No, we are not profitable.
Uh-oh.
If we wanted to, and we wanted to turn off our marketing machine, and we wanted to really focus on profitability, we could tomorrow.
How much
We
money
have-
are you spending on marketing right now?
I would call it just over $100,000.
$100,000 a month.
Exactly, yes.
What does it cost to make a bar,
Yeah.
and what do you sell it at?
93 cents to make per bar.
How much is it retail for?
On average, with discounts and everything, it's $2.99. On shelf, it's $3.39.
How much did you do last month in sales?
$675,000.
Okay, and how much did you spend on marketing?
$150. But we have over 11,000 subscriptions a month. We're over
That's good.
200,000 plus
amazing.
in monthly revenue. So if I wanted to, like I said, I could turn off everything tomorrow and I'd still be getting over $200,000.
Who runs the company?
Us.
We do.
You two together.
Yes.
How many people on the
Now
team?
we're 5 full-time employees.
5
That's
full
crazy.
time.
Yeah, we're
And
both-
Look look how amazing that is. They're literally making millions of dollars. What I think he said that they're going to make $7 million next year, and they have 5 people. A lot of times you think that you need these big teams of 50, 60, hundreds of people to make a ton of money, and that's just not true. Being lean, there's something to being lean. And the fact that, again, mom, son are kind of the founders, the CEOs, the kind of running the ship, steering the ship. And they have, I'm not sure if he said 5 additional or 5 of them total, but to have such a small team and making such a big impact, doing that amount of sales is crazy amazing. And this just goes to show you not only one, the American dream, but why you should really think about whatever you have in your head as an idea, whether it's a food thing, whether it's a product, and trying to get that out there, because 9 times out of 10, there is a need for it. And kudos to this duo for bringing that need and that awareness to the market. Another thing that I missed to talk about at the beginning, the 3 things that I typically look for when I'm looking at these pitches is how simple is it? How simple is the product or service? How effective is it? And what's the market like? It seems like, again, it's definitely effective as it relates to it's like all the sharks kind of agreed that the bars were good. And in terms of the simplicity of it, again, it's a bar, so it's not like a product with a lot of moving parts and things like that. It's just a bar you get and you eat. But the market, I think, is an important thing, and I think this thing is going to even grow once it becomes aware, because they talk where the awareness increases for. Because they talked a little bit about earlier as far as this being a newfound territory. However, with the awareness of this kind of the brain and the Alzheimer's, as that continues to goes up, and how the lifestyle plays a big part, how these bars kind of help out with that, I think this thing can really shoot through the roof. Now, I mean, obviously, it's a ton of bars out there, but as it relates to the bars that are focused towards your brain and your brain health, I haven't seen anything like that out there. I would imagine that is something out there. It seems like some bars are, like I said, they have one of the many benefits is probably to the brain, but a bar that has essentially is made and created for the brain. Again, I haven't seen that out there. Let me know in the comments if you have seen it out there. I definitely haven't. But again, this seems like it has the I guess the makings, I should say, of being something big. It's simple, it's effective, and it seems like the market is, even though it's kind of a niche market within that energy bar space, it seems like the niche is pretty big. So I definitely wanted to say that. Let's get back to it. And again, man, I'm glad to hear that they have a ton of sales. So let's see what the Sharks think about that.
Full-time employees, but we don't take a salary. We put our own money into the company.
How much?
We put over $1 million in of our own
Wow.
money.
Okay.
Like I said, we've put our money where our mouth is. We really believe in this
Anybody
company.
else's money?
Yes. Then we went to our friends and family. We put in another 1.5 from them, and then we raised around $4 million from other people earlier this year.
That's probably
Was
At
that
what
for
valuation?
research?
That was at a 17 post.
I see the vision, and I am so here for it because I have so many friends who have been touched by Alzheimer's and dementia, and it's just absolutely devastating.
Yeah.
The thing that I'm having trouble with is this staggering valuation. Just from an investor's perspective, how can I expect to get a return on a $25 million valuation? Walk me through that.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, this year we're doing over $7 million. This next year we're doing over 11.5 million. If you look at the multiplier, it's really only just over 2 times for next year's sale. We feel like this is actually a very conservative valuation. We haven't even touched retail.
That is the plan, to go into retail in a big way.
That's why we're here.
Maria, you're clearly very passionate.
Look at, they're doing that. They're doing all those sales just online. How crazy is that? They're not in the Walmarts or in the Myers or in the Sam's Club, Costco's. It seems like, from my understanding, if I'm hearing correctly, they're doing $7 million a year this year, or at least that year, which I would imagine is probably 2023, all online. And this year it seems like they're projected to do $11 million, all just online. That's crazy. Still a high evaluation, but let's see what Kevin thinks.
Okay,
Yeah.
I think everybody's going to have a tough time on this valuation. I don't think it's worth $25 million. I don't like your strategy for retail. Retail in this space is brutal. Getting shelf space is beyond brutal.
We are in 9 stores here, and there's lots of bars. We are doing 2 and 3, the most popular bar in the store, bar none.
That's fabulous.
So I don't necessarily agree with you.
Guys, I'm choking on the valuation.
Don't choke.
Well, you know, and the other
Oh,
thing-
wow.
Just
Uh,
swallow.
We're here to make a deal. So if you,
I hear it, but I can't get there. I'm out.
all right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys, along the same lines, the mission's phenomenal. The problem is you picked protein bars.
Right.
You know, you picked one of the most competitive industries ever. You've done a great job, but you have to work 3 times harder because you're building around a protein bar. And for me, that's a tough business to get involved with. So while I wish you the best, for those reasons, I'm out.
All right. Well, thank you.
I think the number's the challenge, because everybody would love 10x on their investment, right? So giving you 500,000, for me, just to get somewhat of a profit, you would have to do $500 million. And I just don't know if you'll hit the $1 billion mark in 2 years, 7 years, 10, 15.
Yep.
So I'm out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are solving a real problem with brain health. It's a huge problem. I'm just a little concerned that your first step into solving this problem was in a really, really crowded space. I applaud your mission. I am such a super fan, Maria and Patrick now too.
Yes, sir.
But unfortunately, I am out.
All right.
Okay. Lori?
All roads
Uh-oh.
lead to
There
Lori.
was one.
think she will. Oh, action.
Last chance for a deal for their brain health focused protein bar company, Mosh.
Lori?
All roads lead
And
to
there
Lori.
was one. I love what you're doing, although I do have the same challenges as my fellow sharks.
Look, we admit it. It is crowded, but we're not trying to be a protein bar company. We're trying to be a brain health company. We're trying to be a mission-driven company. So our goal is, how do we create supplements? How do we create powders? How do we create so many different product lines? 90% of our customers, the number one reason they come to us is for the brain health attributes. It's the number one reason they come back.
People are beginning to say, wait a minute, I want to eat, I want to move, I want to learn more about longevity. It's not just how long I live, how do I live?
Maria, why is this important to you?
So my dad, who was the smartest human being I had ever met, he started the Peace Corps, he started the War on Poverty, he started Job Corps, he started Head Start, he started a slew of programs that exist to this day. Smartest man on the planet. So to watch a man with a brain like that not know who I was, not know what a fork is, not know who he was, is an extraordinary experience. And so when that happened to him, I made it my mission to understand what is happening in the brain of somebody that smart. What is happening in all of our brains, and what can I do to help people understand and do better so that their families don't go through what we went through. This bankrupts millions of people, and this nation and globally, we are not prepared for what is happening in our world. This is a mission for us, and this is a vehicle to begin to tell people, you have mastery over your brain. Think about it. It's your greatest asset. Don't wait to lose it, to start nurturing it and nourishing it.
As a shark, I'm here to close deals and open doors, right? And I feel if your desire is to have new brands that help keep the brain healthy, I'm in. So I'm going to make you an offer.
Nice.
You wanted 500,000, you came in at 2%, but I would like to do the 500,000 and go 6%.
That's actually legit.
Thank you so much for your
Yeah, thank you.
offer.
I'll leave this to the business major.
It's only 30 million.
Would you meet us in the middle at 3.5%?
Not 30 million. What's that?
No,
Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what if we did it at 3.5%, but we both give a 0.5% of our shares of advisory?
So that'd be 4.5.
So it'd be 4.5.
So
So you
it'd be
get
a
to
percent of-
5. You're off 0.5%.
She's like,
I'm
no, I
worth it.
want 5%.
I would say, I think we have to stay at 4. I mean, giving a percent of our,
Whoa.
so
Wow.
for
Just 'cause
for
we
the
just
equity, and
raised
then
it
a
more.
percent of ours from the advisory shares.
I
Meets
think you're
smack
making
in the
a
middle.
huge mistake.
Equity and a percent from advisory.
From our, yes.
So 4.5 total.
But all
Yes.
you guys have to do is go from 0.5 from each one of you to 0.75
Yeah.
from each one of you.
Mommy, don't let this happen.
Okay, would you go up on the cash for the if you want to?
Oh, Patrick,
He's
you're
about
over
to-
negotiating.
Well,
Now
here,
without
I
passion.
didn't tell
About
you
the-
what's important. What's important here is that you get me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if we're sitting here at 0.5%,
Yeah, I don't know. You have to decide that.
you really should take that deal.
Take the deal.
You should. You're going to
I thought
walk
they
out
should've
of here
took it at
kicking yourself.
6%.
That I'm positive.
Queen of retail over here, you guys.
Hello, I know.
That's you. We'll be able to give that our option.
Okay. Yeah,
This is
let's do it.
crazy.
Let's do it.
You got a deal.
Good for them.
Hey,
Good for them.
You're who I wanted.
Look at David.
So good.
Hey, I love this. And I love this for a number of reasons. Number one, that's why having teams is so good, because it's not one person is not good at everything. And I guess you can have one person and kind of bring on different people, say on your board or whatever, that has a different experiences that kind of provide for your blind spots. But clearly it seems like the guy, he's kind of big on the business side of things, but the mom, she has the mission and the vision of the company down to a T. So I think they do balance each other out, as far as one being more so business analytical with the numbers, and then mom just being able to clearly and unambiguously describe the vision and the just the vision of the company. So I mean, kudos to them for that. Another thing is, you only need one person to believe in you. Seems like a lot of the sharks they were out more or less pretty quickly. And then you had Lori. Seems like, although all of the sharks kind of got the vision, they maybe couldn't get with the valuation. And Lori, in this case, she was able to kind of just not only understand the vision, but come up such that the valuation kind of made sense for her. And I still think even at 6%, that was something that I would have took. But, 5%, $500,000, well, that's what, $10 million valuation. So not terrible. But again, I have interviewed people who have worked with Lori. She is amazing from my understanding to be able to do business with. And she is really, her and her team, you're able to talk to her, not only just her team, but also her. So again, I think they're getting somebody that's going to really help them get into different stores, whether it's a QVC or whether it's a lot more retail. And I think the company stands to make a ton of more money going forward with this. So kudos to them. I do want to take a look at the website just to kind of see what's going on. Again, this wasn't necessarily one that you had a patent on or whatnot, but you still can have some IP associated with the company. And obviously Mosh here. And I actually looked up the word Mosh. They have it as TM at the end, which is saying that it's not a registered trademark, although they're using it as a trademark term. I actually looked up on the trademark database. This is a registered term for energy bars. So if I were them, I will put it in an R in a circle, just to kind of put people on notice that, hey, this is a federally registered term. I love the fact that they have all the benefits of it and what it has in there, what's inside, the different flavors. Man, I really like that. I like, the fact that it's a team. I'm still blown away that they're doing so much in revenue with such a small team, man. That's huge. Like I said, this isn't one that has any patent or anything that associated with it, but kudos to them. Let me know what you guys think in the comments on this one. Do you think it's going to be a winner going forward, or would you buy it? What do you foresee maybe some issues with it? Do you think the valuation was still too high, or do you think Lori kind of got it at a great valuation? And I do think that this is it could be an interesting one. So this is one I'm a kind of keep a lookout on, and I'll definitely reach out to let's see here. I'll take a reach out to the co-founder, Patricia or Patrick and Maria, to see if I can get them on the podcast to kind of talk through their story. Man, they definitely had an amazing story, very touching, a very compelling story. So kudos to them. Best of luck to them. Congrats for getting a deal. And let me know your guys' thought. Till next time, you guys take care. Peace.